Welcome back to another episode of Apocalypse Radio. I'm your host, the Mad Outdoorsman, and if you're here, you already know what time it is. The world's going to hell, and America, she's bleeding out while her so-called leaders argue about pronouns and diversity quotas. Folks, today we're going to be cutting through the bullshit, and we're going to get real about it. The question no one wants to ask: can America defend itself from a large-scale terrorist attack? The answer? Hell no. Not the way things stand now. So grab that coffee, sit down, and take notes. This isn't just a wake-up call. This is a battle cry. So let me paint you a picture. Imagine your house, okay? Doors unlocked, windows wide open, lights off. Now imagine a pack of wolves circling outside. Well, guys, that's America right now. Vulnerable, exposed, and oblivious. China knows it. The cartels know it. Hell, the terrorists have known it for years. They've been slipping through our wide open borders, mapping our weaknesses, and laughing at how easy we've made it for them. You think I'm exaggerating? Think again. Did you know that there are publicly available maps that show every natural gas reserve and substation across half of this country? All right, that's electrical substations, natural gas reserves, mapped out for the public's view. Okay. These aren't just potential targets. They're guaranteed targets. You knock out a handful of those and the whole system collapses like a house of cards. All right, so let's take a look at the LA wildfires, right? What a disaster that is. All right, that's only one disaster, though. One. And the chaos is off the charts over there. Now imagine a coordinated attack during something like that. We wouldn't be just caught off guard. We'd be on our knees. And here's the thing. This isn't incompetence. This is intentional. Our leaders have been systematically dismantling our defenses, leaving us exposed to every threat imaginable. So let's talk about how we ended up in this mess. Well, for decades, our leaders have been selling this country out piece by piece, right? Right? Think about all the farmland that's been sold to China. Farmland and pieces of property that just happen to be located next to military complexes. All right? Again, our borders are wide open. We're not just letting terrorists and cartels walk right in. We're rolling out the red carpet for them. Our military, well, instead of training to defend this country, they're busy holding DEI seminars and trying to figure out how to make war inclusive. And don't even get me started on those Chinese balloons. They weren't just surveillance tools. They were middle fingers. All right? They were flying over our military complexes, our bases, while our leadership twiddled their thumbs. Guys, this government doesn't just tolerate weakness, it cultivates it. Think about it. All right? They've left us vulnerable by design, focusing on woke nonsense while our enemies laugh in our faces. Let me tell you something here. When the attack comes, and folks, it's going to come, don't expect Uncle Sam to save you. The government isn't our ally. They're too busy monitoring people like me, people who dare speak the truth. So let's get real about what a large-scale attack would look like. This isn't going to be some Hollywood blockbuster where the good guys swoop in at the last second. This is going to be a raw, brutal, and devastating attack. Our infrastructure, all right? Our infrastructure is hanging by a thread. You take out a few key substations, disrupt the power grid, and it's lights out for millions, guys. All right? Lights out for millions. No electricity means no water, no communications, no food supply. All right? Supply chains are just going to come to a screeching halt. Within days, the cities would turn into war zones. And the government, they'd be too busy hiding in their bunkers to care about what's happening to the rest of us. All right? We'd be on our own. All right? So let me ask you this. Do you think that most Americans are ready for that? I don't. Hell no. They're too busy scrolling through Facebook and arguing on Twitter to realize how close we are to the edge. The sad truth is, when a hammer falls, 90% of this country wouldn't make it through the first month. All right, so enough with the doom and gloom. All right. We're going to talk about what you can do to survive the inevitable. Because here's the deal, guys. When a system collapses, the only thing standing between you and the abyss is you. All right? Ditch the legacy media. All right? I've said this before. I'm going to keep saying it. All right? Stop listening to the lies. Legacy media is nothing more than state-sponsored propaganda. All right? Find independent sources. Verify your intel. Verify what I'm telling you here. All right? I implore you to do it. All right? Stay ahead of the curve, guys. All right? Fortify your home. Where have you heard that before? Well, right here on Apocalypse Radio, right? Your home needs to be a fortress. Reinforce those doors, your windows. Set up security cameras, stockpile, self-defense tools. All right? If someone comes knocking uninvited, guys, make them regret it. All right? Because when there's no more rule of law, all right, it's every man for themselves. The cops ain't coming to save you. And without rule of law is exactly what that means. All right? It's up to you to defend yourself when everything collapses. All right? Keep stacking. All right? Build that stockpile up, guys. Food, water, medical supplies, ammo. All right? Stock up enough to last you at least 6 months. And don't just buy it. Learn how to use it. Make sure like you're going to eat it. If that's the case, you don't want to buy food that you're not going to eat. But then again, if you're starving, that can of peaches is going to look like a filet mignon, right? And train, guys. Train. Train like your life depends on it, because it does. Learn how to start a fire, purify water, treat injuries, and defend yourself. If you don't know how to shoot, learn. If you're not in shape, get there. Weakness will get you killed, guys. Okay? Form alliances. Look, guys, lone wolves, they die fast. All right? Find people you trust. Build a network. Plan together. Strength in numbers isn't just a cliche, guys. It's basically survival 101, right? I'm going to throw in another one. All right? Stay ruthless. And that goes hand in hand with the collapse of society. And without rule of law, or WROL, for those of you in the prepping community, right? Stay ruthless, because when the system breaks down, there's no room for mercy. If someone threatens your family or your supplies, well, you take them out, period. Another thing, guys, listen. The government, they are not going to save you. The police aren't going to save you. When the attack comes, it's going to be every man for himself. I cannot stress that enough. All right, but here's the thing. We're Americans. We're fighters. We've been knocked down before. And we've always gotten back up, haven't we? This is our fight now. Not for the government, not for the politicians, but for our families, our communities, and our way of life. All right? So it's time to get off your ass. All right? Get prepared. Stay vigilant. Because when the wolves come knocking, you better be ready to show them whose house this is. Anyway, folks, this is the Mad Outdoorsman signing off. Stay sharp, stay strapped, and stay safe. Until next time on Apocalypse Radio.